Now we recognize the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Coffman, for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Admiral Hunt, we have two separate shipbuilders building littoral combat ship, and I have read some analysis that this is really going to require separate crew training. Is that criticism valid? I mean, are these ships by these two different builders really that different that require separate crew training?
There will clearly be some differences in the training, but fundamentally, the training that we have established and set up in the schoolhouse in San Diego is very similar. Same instructors walking through folks. The difference is primarily going to be operating the consoles that they have. That is something that is achievable. It's programmed in right now, and I think we will manage that very satisfactorily.
So as we proceed, then, that a sailor on one variant of this class of ship, would they be expected then to proceed with their career in that same variant, or can they cross over easily?
You know, again, it's going to depend on exactly what kind of sailor that we're talking about. So diesels are different, gas turbines are different. There will be a different training in that. But within the Navy, we do that quite often. When you go between cruisers and destroyers and frigates, there are changes. Is that a major impact? I don't believe it is. I think it's something that we're going to work through. It is clearly within the realm of the training system that we have set up right now.
When you talk about the open architecture of the littoral combat ship, I mean, really how significant is that in reducing costs in the long run? Because we do service life extension programs all the time on other ships. Secretary Stackley, would you want to?
If I could, I'd love to take that. I think that is the essence of the program. I think it's vitally important. I have lived my entire Navy career where we've made changes, and we routinely do, especially in combat systems, to Navy ships. And when we do them on the older legacy ships, we rip out everything to bare metal. We pull cables, we take it out, we rebuild it. I've seen it. I've lived it as the type commander on cruisers. You walk into a space and it's completely bare metal. That's a very expensive way to upgrade, and is really one of the biggest challenges that we have in the Navy in modernization. The modularity and open systems architecture that this ship provides is the entryway to the way the Navy must do ship construction in the future. I am very encouraged by what we've got. I think you're going to see more and more of this, and it's going to be a huge force multiplier, not only from the cost perspective, and I will yield to Mr. Stackley on that, but equally important from the combat systems enhancement, the reliability and safety that we get from it.
And I just want to provide a couple of crystal clear examples. First, the combat system. This is the core of the ship's weapon system. Two different versions. Both of them are described as open. One is Lockheed Martin variant, and the other variant is a Northrop Grumman variant on the LCS-2. So what we did to challenge this was we took the LCS-2 combat system, we dropped the software that came with it, and we brought the Navy's ship self-defense system software to the system, loaded it up, and demonstrated that we could drive that combat system with the Navy's SSDS system. And then likewise, porting over to the Lockheed Martin version. So now we have choices. When you talk about commonality, we have choices in terms of loading up the combat system for LCS-1, LCS-2 to drive commonality and figure out what gives us best capability and cost. That's software. On the hardware side, I described the non-line of sight missile cancellation. We were able to quickly move over and look at other missile systems to fit the exact same form, fit, and function that was provided by NLOS. And without disrupting the ship, we're developing and testing different missiles to go in its place without missing stride in terms of the IOC date for that capability.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.